And now I want to go into a new wheel. So there should be another wheel in your workbook, another blank wheel, which will look, we're going to start it again. And I think this is really important, that we can look at aspects and areas of our life, but you're beginning to understand how powerful and important our energy is. So I want you to get another blank wheel that should be in your workbook, or if you're just drawing or you've got handouts, then take another blank wheel for me. This is our emotions wheel on page 10. And here's what I want you to do now. So the last wheel we looked at, well, what areas of our life do I want to focus on? We're going to do something similar. I want you to ask yourself, what emotions do I want to feel in my life? How do I want to feel in my life? Do I want to feel abundant, free, success? Confidence was one that came up a minute ago. All of those positive emotions that you shared with me this morning, I want you to choose 8 of them, and I want you to plot them round your wheel. Here's some examples: love, abundance, peace, gratitude, happiness, curiosity, hope, celebration and excitement, joy, contentment, success, connection, potential. So you might not be feeling these energies or feeling these emotions in your life right now, but that's what the creation process is for. It's just like travel. You can't travel right now, but it's something that you want, something that you desire. You might not have love right now, but it's something that you want and it's something that you desire. Nah. Love for yourself, love for yourself. So 8 emotions that you want to focus on. Now these are positive emotions. I don't want fear or lack of confidence. It should be confidence. This is vision we're looking at. This is the bigger picture. So 8 emotions that if you were to feel them in your life, it would be complete. Anyone want to share some of them again? Give us some examples of what you've put down in your wheel. So what are the emotions you've chosen? Peace, calm, brilliant, Nolene. Growth, love it. Feeling free, oh, I love that word, yes. Right, Louise has. I love Louise. I just love it. You're just you. I have happiness, confidence, success, in control, curiosity, celebration, excitement, gratitude, and fulfillment. I love you. Brilliant. How does that all feel? Okay, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the exact same thing. Let's give you an example. So, peace. I'm going to just sit with that emotion. I'm just going to feel it. Peace. I'm going to ask that emotion, how do I feel about you right now? Just on a scale of 1 to 10, how peaceful do I feel in my life? Not looking at the past, not looking at the future, just how do I feel right now? Am I peaceful? How often am I peaceful? And then just mark on your wheel, just plot. Move on to gratitude. How grateful am I? Do I practice gratitude? On a scale of 1 to 10, my energy around gratitude, where is it? And then plot it. Belief, hope, brilliant, Rachel. Feeling whole, achievement, great. So then just start plotting your wheel. Just move around your wheel and just how connected are you to that emotion right now? And you'll begin to see a similar shape to your life wheel. Might be different, Or you might start seeing a connection to your life wheel, to the emotions wheel. And what you'll begin to see is how your life looks emotionally, how energetically, how balanced are you? Then you should be getting into the swing of things here. I want you to move on to the next page and I want you to do a clarity through contrast. Contrast first. Stick to the contrast, get all of the negativity out, and then reset. The reason why you don't go from contrast to clarity, it's energy we're working with here. I like this whole idea of getting out the contrast, all of it, getting rid of it, shredding it, releasing it, and moving on. So, this is when you're asking yourself in your contrast, well, how do I not want to feel anymore? Any negative emotions or statements that I hold on to myself connected to these emotions, what do I not want to feel anymore? Things I don't want connected to these emotions. I don't feel loved. I'm so unhappy. It makes me so angry. They're really frustrating. I hate the way I look. I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel I have the power to change it. I'm fearful. I can't see a way forward. I don't believe it could change. What are the limitations that are holding you back from making those emotions 10? So then you are getting all the contrast out. That's what I want you to do. And then when you feel ready, I just want you to just naturally move into the clarity. Press your reset button. Ask yourself, so how do I want to feel? And begin to reset. I don't feel loved. I press my reset button. I ask myself, so what do I want? I've got so many friends around me. I'm loved. I'm so unhappy. I close my eyes, I press my reset button, I ask myself, so what do I want? I'm going to start to be curious and see a different perspective. He makes me so angry. I press my reset button and ask myself, so what do I want? I'm not going to let other people's emotions affect me. I can control my emotions. This is my favourite one. They're really frustrating. I close my eyes, I press my reset button, and I just tell myself they've just got a different level of awareness. That's my fave. I hate the way I look. I press my reset button and ask myself, so how do I want to feel? I want to feel confident in the skin that I'm in. I want to love myself for who I am. There's no one else like me. I don't feel appreciated. I press my reset button. I ask myself, so what do I want? I'm grateful for everything in my life. I want to start to see the gratitude in every moment. See the difference. So begin to take your contrast, press your reset button, and give yourself clarity around your emotions. How do you want to feel? Amazing. Do we feel good? Kerry? Yes? Okay, good. Anyone want to share how that felt compared to maybe the life wheel, to the emotions wheel? Did you feel a shift? Was there connection with both wheels? Do you feel better now you've reset? Morag, were you going to say something? Just need to unmute. Brilliant, thank you.
I've done this quite a few times, and this is totally new. I put down me as a whole. My contrast was I always felt there was something missing. My clarity, I put down I'm just different, but then I thought, no, I've put down I'm unique, and I am happy with that.
Oh, I love that. I felt that. Give her a round of applause. That's the power of this, and this is, you've done exactly what I want you to do, Morag. You've reset and you've thought, does it sit well with me? No, it doesn't. So what else? Mm-hmm. What else? There's more in there.
And if there is something missing, I'm open up to find it.
Brilliant. How amazing is that? I love that. That sounds very positive to me. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Anyone else? I'd love to hear from someone I haven't heard from. Anybody? Like a woman that's bouncing on a ball that's got earphones in.
No, it's funny because Mark's downstairs, so he doesn't really know what I'm doing, and he's also going to hear what I'm saying, which worries me, so I'm now going to have to explain later. Mark's my husband, guys, by the way. So I actually found this one more difficult. I don't know if it's because it's emotions versus areas. So at first I really struggled with it, but then got right into it, and funnily enough I've noticed a pattern in terms of like the areas that like doing really well in versus so like success and career are like way up there, but everything else is like really low, which is actually quite sad. So I've kind of jotted down like for things like confidence, so like I'm terrible when it comes to making decisions. So like on the flip side, what would I like to be doing, or how do I want to feel about that? I'd like to be a badass who believes in herself and her own decisions and doesn't ask everyone else what do they think. I've honestly I've got so many, but a lot of it for me stems from my entire life. I've been a very organised individual who is quite like, you know, OCD, everything's perfect and clean. And for anyone on here that doesn't know me, I'm actually pregnant and due a baby soon, so I have a lot of fears going on, between body fears, children putting stuff on walls, how will Louise cope? So yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, but no, I found it really, really good. And actually for me, I've just kind of defined it, just sort of broken it down into like the main things for this year is actually to be a good mum, to be a good wife, and to look after myself and actually stop worrying, because I'm very, very close to my family, so I feel like my head's always over there thinking about like my mum, my dad, my brother, everyone else and how they feel. And I find it quite hard to be selfish actually, because I think that people are so used to me being there. There's always a thing that comes up, you know, so I feel like, and it's me thinking too much about what other people think, but I do feel like that then has an impact on those relationships, because people have got expectations so high, you know, so it's quite hard. But that's where I'm at right now, bouncing on a ball.
Brilliant. Round of applause. Thanks for sharing that. I know we spoke about it, but I think what's the most important thing, as we spoke about it on the phone, as I was saying, and it's so important for everyone just now, is that you're creating your future right here, right now. Like that's so powerful. You're creating it right now, in this second, in this moment. The second, 10 seconds ago, it's gone. It's now. You're now creating the now for a moment ago. And I think it's just so important. It's so important to be aware of the thought process. So this is why the power of reset, the power of clarity, because if you make yourself accountable to the now, to clarity, you will start to see it in moments soon. Don't sit with what you're not happy with, and these small thoughts. I think that's, Louise, I think that's what you've taken, is these are just lots of small thoughts that add up to a big thought, that add up to a choice or an experience or how you behave. Strip them all back, focus on yourself, and the rest works itself out. We see that all the time, that we have people come on and are like, how am I going to change him, or how am I going to change her? No, that's them. You change yourself and how you view and perceive things and act towards it and feel towards it, and that changes for you. Does that make sense? Are you going to say something, Christine?
I'm loving this hand. I've raised my hand. I know I can be disruptive when I laugh. Yeah, I'm just listening to that actually, and what it struck me was when I did my wee session about, how do words appear? I think hopefully everyone gets that words are creative, powerful creators, and they appear in lots of different formats. And one of the things that this exercise is very revealing is that they appear unconsciously. So no one walks about reciting everything that was down the left-hand side. Nobody walks about actually, well, we see some of them, but we don't see all of them. But the fact that you've been able to get them out of your mind, out of your system, suggests they were there, creating. So that's what's really powerful about this exercise, is you're uncovering words that you're telling yourself unconsciously, and then getting the opportunity to reset on them. So that's what I was just going to say. I'll lower my hand now.
Thank you. Okay. How does that feel? Feel the shift. So if you now know how you do want to feel, do you need to know how you didn't want to feel? No. Can you rub it all out for me? Get rid of it. Get going. Be the badass, Louise. And remove it. And you started a new creation process for your emotions. You have a choice right now in the present moment to create something different. And carry this around with you. Remember, we're just on step 1. We're actually about to move on to step 2, which is really exciting. So I think what we'll do, will we break for just a couple of minutes? We're going to finish up at 4:30. Will we give you just 5 minutes to grab a cup of tea, whatever you need to do, and we're going to just end on something, desire statements, affirmation, get hyped up, get energized for the last half an hour. How does that sound? Okay, right, I'll see you all 5 minutes. Give you 5. Give yourself a round of applause. You completed step 1. Woohoo! See you soon.